Okay, so here's what's funny. So when I think of certain coaches, when I thought of Roy Williams, I thought fast break. I love the way he runs his break. When I think of Izzo, I think of bigs. When I think of Jay Wright, I think of tough guards. So you go get Collin Gillespie. His dad's a cop. Nobody offers him a scholarship. How in the world, I mean, how you find him? And by the way, Justin Moore got hurt, tore his ACL. And a lot of people backed off him, and now you got these two upperclassmen guards, and I don't think of you as a tough guy, but you find tough guys. What are you looking for? Because when I think of Nova, I think of guards, chip on the shoulder, overlooked, end up playing in the league. They're always tough guys. Are you looking for that? Because it seems like you always have it.
Definitely, Colin. We really do, man. We look for competitive guys, guys that they're talented as guards, but when you watch them play, they're not just shooting threes and getting out in transition and throwing fancy passes, but they're still rebounding. They still play in the post. They still will take it up your chest. They still defend. So we really do look at that. We look at that complete player at the guard spot that will get involved in every aspect of the game.
It's interesting. You and Gonzaga are the two best programs last 7 years in college basketball. You got a couple titles. They've been close. They don't. If I said to you, okay, Jay, guys, we're filling out their bracket. What are the two things in the tournament that all these years of success, give me two things that are almost always true in the tournament?
You got to defend. You got to be able to defend different styles of play. You can't just, say I'm a good zone team, or you got to be able to adjust defensively to different styles of play. And you've got to have leadership, upper class leadership that keeps the guys focused through the tournament and enables them to understand that all the fun things that come with the NCAA tournament are actually distractions. They're fun, and you can come back and watch the tournament anytime you want when you finish playing. But while you're in it, you have to avoid those distractions.
The one and done stuff is tough. I think both Roy Williams and Krzyzewski, it's exhausting. I just read Mike's book. It's a great book by Ian O'Connor, by the way. It talks about college basketball and Duke's history. You get good players. But you and Gonzaga are generally not, Jalen Suggs an exception, you're not one and done programs. Are there players that you think you'd have a good shot at, but you don't think they'd fit your culture? Because you have a reputation. You make guys play defense. You're a tough coach. Your practices are not easy. Is talent overrated? Or do you ever look at a guy and go, you know what, he's a one and done, or I'm not sure he works for us?
Definitely, Colin. And usually we let those players make that decision for themselves. We try to educate them on what the Villanova program is about, and it's about being a part of something bigger than yourself. It's about wanting to come in and improve, realizing that, yes, I'm a great player, but I want to be coached. I want to get better, and I want to be a part of a team. So we explain that to them, and a lot of guys that are really talented that know that they need a platform to kind of show what they can do to get to the league as fast as possible, which is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. That this might not be the best place for them.
Boy, I'd argue you guys are. I tell Mark Few this all the time. You are the platform. It's nothing against anybody else, but to me, Villanova and Gonzaga, college basketball, there's 3 weeks of the sport that feel like 70% of the sport. I don't know. If I had a kid that was any talented, which will never happen, but I like the Gonzaga Villanova model. By the way, so Krzyzewski's leaving. Coach K is leaving. You've had some battles with him through the years. What are you going to remember about him?
I think the class with which he's been an incredible winner, and he's done it with class. The other thing, Colin, is he was my entree to USA basketball. I watched him for maybe 12 years as a part of USA basketball, coach NBA players completely differently than he coaches college players. And so his adaptability is incredible.
Yeah.
And I've seen him win World Cups, Olympics and NCAA championships, and he's done it differently with each group. And that's what's so impressive to me, that he's got the ability to coach at every level and adapt to every kind of player.
By the way, do you ever recruit international players much? Gonzaga goes over there. It's always been highly skilled. I think their players are getting better and tougher. I think our players are getting more skilled. Our bigs can shoot. Mikal Bridges, wing guys now are shooters. You know, when you look at the global talent pool that you recruit from and you see, what is it like these days? What's it like going forward?
You're absolutely right, Colin. The international game has actually influenced the American game and made the bigger guys in the American game more skilled. Like last summer when we picked our Olympic team, when we were going through all the top centers in the NBA, most all of the top centers in the NBA are international players.
Yeah.
So that has made a great impact. For us, because we're in Philadelphia and we're so close to DC, New York, Boston, Philly, Jersey, like there's so many players within a 3-hour radius of us. They're falling out of trees. They're everywhere.
Right.
We don't really have to go internationally or go anywhere because there's such a great talent pool in our local area.
By the way, he was just AP Coach of the Decade, Jay Wright, Villanova basketball head coach. Okay, so you go into this tournament, you're a little favored in the first round. Do you literally tonight sleep well? Or are you just like, oh, boy, first round, this is brutal. Do you sleep well tonight?
No, I don't, Colin. Because I coached at Hofstra University, I remember how good those teams are. And I know if Delaware is considered a mid-major, when you're a junior or a senior at a mid-major, you're better than freshmen or sophomores at the high major. And this team is really experienced, this Delaware team, really talented. So I'm not sleeping, buddy. I'm very concerned about that.
Okay, finally, best team you either saw live or on tape. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Tennessee is my dark horse to win it all. They can go 4 guards. Now, they're way too young, but they beat I saw Kentucky hammer Kansas. They beat them twice. So, and I say, they're a dark horse. They're a 3 seed. None of you guys are dark horses. But Tennessee's the best. I look at them and I'm like, I would not want to play Tennessee because I think they're as good as half the ones. What's the best team? And you could use Villanova if you want. You either saw on film or you played this year.
We played Baylor, and
oh yeah,
they handled us pretty well. We played at their place, incredible atmosphere. Now they lost their big guy. I'm not sure if they got him back or not. Without him, they're a little different, but they're still an incredibly talented team offensively and defensively. As good as they get, and then Gonzaga. Like I watched them. Mark and I are good friends. They have all the pieces, and they have the length. They have great offensive explosiveness, and their length defensively it can be stifling. And I don't think they get enough credit for their defense. So I would say those two teams.
All right, good luck. You've won 72% of your games in Villanova. 16 NCAA tournament appearances. It's great seeing you. You've aged very gracefully. One of us has. You've aged very.
You too, my man. They should put up a picture of you and I when we were in Vegas together next to this shot.
That's not good. Not good for me. Great seeing you.
You too, buddy. Take care, Kyle.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.